Hi there, and welcome back to Rimworld Roulette episode 9. Today we have a lot of bumble drones on the map and a lot of things to do. In the previous episode quite a bit happened. We were able to take out the insects down south and the insects up north, we fended off a raid, we dealt with Randy Random's bullshit, and we unlocked a bunch of new tech because we fixed the tech tree. Turns out we also fixed the Storyteller mod, so this playthrough is back on track. Good stuff, right? This little area we've dug out over here is going to be for Rimfeller stuff. That's right, we have some oil wells right over there. We're going to be digging straight into that. I think we should be able to tap both of these wells. Yes, they are sharing a total, which means we should be able to. That's good. And then we're going to turn all that oil into chem fuel. And that chem fuel is going to provide us ludicrous amounts of power. Anyway, that's going to take a lot of components and steel. So, steel grabbing is the name of this episode's game. We're also going to be finishing off, or rather, starting our wind tunnel. Yes, that's right, we've got some wind turbines over here. I've told them not to build a roof over it. We're going to wall them in, and this will be its own little self-contained nook of the base, only accessible through here. That should keep us safe. Kendrick's gotten food poisoning. Well, Kendrick is a robot and cannot get food poisoning. Game, keep up, come on. Anyway, we have to also today, so other than the steel, which is all hiding down here, we've also got to place down a little bit more defense. I'm thinking that we're going to do something sort of along the lines of, and this is finally where this shape tool comes in handy, we're going to do something, I'm not going to actually build it, but sort of vaguely like this, I think. And then sort of going back down, we might space it out a bit better, but yeah, sort of roughly like, let's do it nicely, roughly like this, right? We're sort of going to try and build kind of a convex shape that the enemy has to come through, and we can rain down hellfire on them. And I realistically will probably back this up quite a bit, so that we can, we'll have a bit of space back here, a small courtyard for mortars and things, but we want as much kill box as possible, and then this entire field, the whole thing, is going to become kill box. We will seal all of this off completely with several layers of wall, and probably try and path them through sort of a bit of a windy tunnel again over here, probably coming out at about this point. Actually, no, we want them centered, don't we? So probably coming out at sort of like this point over here. But all the specifics of that I will plan out off camera, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. We'll see how far we get with that today, though. That is a huge project. That's probably going to take several episodes to complete. For now, though, what we can do is begin squaring off this area. I don't actually want a lot of this rock here. I'd rather build my own walls, because we can't replace the slate stone when it gets damaged, so I think we'll just remove that, remove the mountain roof above it, and then begin planning the rest of our maneuvers here. And since I keep forgetting to bring it up, this episode we have Phoebe Chillax as our storyteller, and I actually almost forgot to fix her priorities on the hot seat mod. Yes, she should go down to 3 times as likely now. Okay, so we should be slightly less likely to get her. Anyway, a lot of other stuff happened at the end of the episode. We got another turkey, which is going to be, I suppose that's lunch for later. In fact, why not? We can go ahead and call him something creative along those lines, shall we? Can I name turkeys when they aren't trained? Yes, I can. Okay, Turkey 1, your new name is lunch for later. Okay. And our donkeys, look at them. They're so cute. I mean, it feels kind of obvious what we have to name them, right? Okay, there we go. Animals now have cuter names. Oh, and of course the bumble drone needs one too. What are we going to call him, I wonder? Maybe, it's B-Movie. The movie. Okay, we can't get it all in. Alright, B-Movie it is. But yes, we have frankincense and myrrh, better what over here. We have B-Movie and lunch for later. So yes, our animals now have cutesy names. I think it's important to do these kind of things. Anyway, we also have a new recruit, Kendrick, at T2. Pretty bog standard stuff, although a decent crafter. Mobile computer, nice. But the craftings, it's gonna be helpful. We're gonna need a whole bunch of that going forward. Right now he's kind of just hauling stuff from the side. Actually, Kendrick, have you been set to use your battery? You have not. In fact, everybody should be using their battery. Okay, good. But things are kind of going along fairly well. Actually, I should probably queue up the rest of this to be mine, shouldn't I? That reminds me. I'm thinking this episode of, where is Sins? There he is. Sins here is not one of our named colonists. He is, in fact, a brand new android we just received in the previous episode. If you'd like him to be yours, he's yours to have. But Sins is also one of our better miners. In fact, I think if I have a look... Yeah, he's got an 8. I think he's our best miner. So Sins here is going to get a pair of mining arms. That's going to completely trash his ability to, like, manipulate stuff, but he doesn't really do much else. If we have a look here at Sins, he can mine and kind of craft, but not really. And he can sort of shoot, but not really. Intellectual isn't affected by manipulation as far as I remember. So yeah, that should be fine. I think we're going to get him a pair of mining arms and just take him off crafting. And we shouldn't have any trouble. Chappie is now kindly installing Sin's mining arms. We got both of them made up with no problems. And yes, they are now fully installed. Look at that. Fantastic. Mining speed plus 45% and 30% yield. Ooh, for only a 30% reduction in manipulation, I think that's worth it. So now what we should see is 60% more components with each dig. 3 there. I think that gives us an option for 3 to maybe 4, with like a 10% chance of there being 4. But yeah, I mean, I'll take, it's normally 1 or 2, right? So I'll take 3 or 4, guaranteed, definitely. Alright, stuff just does not stop happening here. We just finished our next research, which is basic artificial creatures, which allows us to create the Muff Unit, which, while hilariously named, is actually quite useful. It's kind of like a synthetic muffalo. Yeah, they produce, I think it's metallic wool, or is that the sheep one? I don't remember. Either way, they're pretty cool. Now we're going to continue down our Rimfeller run, and we're going to get Napalm, because I think that you know, if we're really leaning into the whole robot's a bad thing, Napalm seems like a good place to start. Oh, what are you making here? Black insect chitin leather what? Leather armor? Oh man, that is gonna have some good stats. I'm glad I caught that on camera. Okay, what are you? Let's have a quick look. Excellent quality too. Ooh, 125% sharp damage protection. That is something. Chappie, you're going to come and wear that, please. That is the good right there. And that human leather armor, what are you made of? 40%? Hey, it's not terrible either. Does everybody here actually have kit? Poyo, you don't. Why aren't you wearing stuff, man? What's the damage? Let's go ahead and get you equipped. Because he has to take off his flak pants if he wants to wear those. Fair enough. We do actually need some more pants. Looks like I've managed to sell them all. So let's go ahead and we'll just add like 6 more pants on each table. Good to have. Okay, so I queued up the making of nano kits, and without any way to store them, instead of making 10, they accidentally made 28, which is kind of hilarious if you ask me. So we're going to have a little bit of a surplus of medicine for a while. That's fine. That was supposed to go in here. Yes. All medicine can in fact go in that storage locker. Okay, great. What are you making right now? Basic nano kit. Yeah, we're not going to keep that going, Kendrick. Thanks. I think we'll just cancel that one. We did end up using, about 700 silver doing that, so that kind of hurts. Which reminds me, it's time to decide where our lab is going to be. Yes, we do actually need to place one down so that we can start doing some serious research, because the sort of pit and stuff we're doing now, it's not cutting it for me. Oh, and making all those mining arms and stuff has actually cost us quite a few pieces of steel. We had 700 for a moment there, and it's gone now. We do still have quite a bit down here we can dig out, of course. We're not shy on it at all. In fact, there's some jade here. I believe there's jade all over the map. Let's go ahead and dig out a bit more. There was some, yeah, over here, just a small piece. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, we had some silver in the wall there. Yeah, there's some steel up top. There's some steel over there. Maybe it's time to go and have a look at what's inside this ancient danger. Actually, we'll crack open that spot right there. Chappie, how you doing on charge? You're good. Why don't you make a little jog outside and let's see what there's on here on camera. Oh, it looks like the anima trees actually. Did this move? I felt like we cut that down, didn't we? Ancient danger. Yes, indeed. That is the plan. Okay, so we have some pretty hefty mechanoids in here. Alright, and 6 cryosleep claskets. That's pretty good. Plus some steel. That's going to be very welcome. Oh, and a mega screen television. That's pretty cool. Poison synthesis tech print. That's fine. An architect teleporter. One-use artifact which allows transport of 500 kgs match to any other place on the planet. Holy shit. Alright, well, I won't say no. That could be a great get-out-of-jail-free card. We do a run and then just zoot back to base. Pretty cool. But yeah, we're not going to be dealing with this. When we have a raid, inevitably, we'll see if we can't sort of kite them into that. But for now, that's just going to stay where it is. I don't think I can actually handle that. So here's our Muff Unit, which is very unfortunately named if you come from certain parts of the Commonwealth. But there we go. He's kind of just like a really chunky looking steel muffalo, I suppose. We can actually train them to attack, but I don't want to risk it dying. So yeah, it just sort of, it's just going to vibe around here. It's going to make us some battery level. Are you just for like hauling? Is that the purpose of a Muff Unit? Exceptional strength and temperature regulation far surpasses their biological cousin. Okay, well, do you produce wool? You do not. What do you do? Nuzzle. It does nuzzle, though. It gives tainted skin. A very low amount, I suppose. What does it... Trainability simple. Carrying capacity. Oh my god, that's huge. 375 kilograms. That is ridiculous. Do we have any muffalos on the map? Oh man, that outpaces them by a long shot. Also, there are some llamas we need to go and bother. Flex has been running out and doing very important runs for us. She's collecting up sheet steel, which has kind of just been dropped around the map, the slag. And yeah, that's... Oh, I forgot about these. We actually have a couple of ship chunks we can deconstruct. That is very, very good. Oh, what's wrong with you, buddy? What happened? You got beaten to death by a donkey. Right. Well, you'll be understand why I don't have much sympathy. Sorry, Feralisk, you're going to be sleeping with the fishes. Ah, and here's our first chicken, or I suppose not a chicken. Our chemical processing unit. Yes, indeed, it does actually make eggs. And what eggs do they make? A nearby biological matter and processed into a semi-refined resource useful for the production of chem fuel and Wait, hold on, we can make nutraamine with that? Really? Do we do that here? I feel like we do that. Yes, we do. Nutraamine from chemical capsules. Okay, we'll do that forever. Never make chem fuel out of that. Ever. Only make nutraamine. Oh man, that is good. Okay, well, I mean, you can't be calling you Chemical Processing Unit 1. You are very clearly just, you know, not a chicken. Okay, an interesting opportunity has presented itself. This bulk goods trader has decided to enter the map, which is going to be a big mistake for them, it so turns out, as they are pretty much directly in the path I'm hoping those mechs will take if we decide to shoot at them. Chappie, you're currently carrying in some jade. How are you for energy? Pretty low. I think we're going to recall all the androids. Right, we're going to just... Oh, I have a droids thing. I need to go get some droids, actually. We're going to recall all of our androids to indoors for now. Everybody just get inside. I don't want to be thinking about you running around out here in danger. And then we're going to grab somebody with a bit of charge. Maybe not Arnold. Arnold is currently charging. Well, I suppose we'll just charge up Chappie, won't we? And then we're going to run him out there. And he's going to bust open that mech thing and see if we can't get something good out of it. And in order to give him the best fighting chance we can, we're going to give him this exo frame, which Sidious is currently wearing. It gives a huge boost to move speed, 1.2 tiles per second. And Chappie here currently paces it at 4.55. He's already really quick. We're going to buff that up even more. I'm not actually sure why his movement is so much faster. It's affected by breathing. Why is his breathing better? Oh, his crude smelling sensor, that actually improves his speed? Interesting. Okay, I guess it's better than whatever he had as a baseline. Okay, it looks like he can actually wear this exosuit with his armor, which is fantastic news. Okay, Chappie, you are going for a bit of a run, man. You're going to come out here, and we're going to try and bring these mechs sort of down with us. Now, we move at a cheeky 4.6 cells per second. Well, that hasn't updated, I don't think. And this thing moves at 4.7, so it's slightly faster than us. But hopefully we'll be able to clear the map in time. I've also been looking into... Let's just put parts here. There we go. We want not basic replacement parts, but improved replacement parts. There we go, advanced replacements. And some of these we can actually equip on T2 androids. Not all of them, just some. It would be really, really cool if we could buff up some of our guys, or at least get some T3s. But the problem is, once we get T3s, they are a lot tougher, and they're able to dish out a lot more damage. They move faster than baseline humans. But the problem with them is that they also require recreation, and they have moods. Okay, our EMP launcher is a little behind the time here. He got here slightly late, but it should be fine. We should be able to get a stun in. Never mind, we killed it. Just with overwhelming firepower. Okay, Toby, go back, because you're kind of being stupid right now. Yeah, eat that thing. That's good for you, man. You do that. Let's put this thing down. This should be easy to do. I don't think they actually have any weapons, the Carpenters. They're more just for, like, taking out your structures. So, yeah, pretty easy to take that out. Let's make sure James goes over there and puts out that fire, though. That's not something I want to deal with. Oh my god, look at this. Surprise, surprise. We've actually uncovered a cave system. Oh, that's not good. Oh man, that exits the map. That is real bad. We don't want that at all. We're going to have to wall that in. Oh, that is... Damn it, that is like the opposite of what you want, isn't it? We actually... we have some insect hives on the map, but they haven't respawned. That's fine. There's a bit of food growing around here too. Well, this is a little bit unfortunate. We can make use of the space, but I mean, I'd really rather it wasn't there, to be honest. Okay, we have napalm research. What's next, guys? What's next? Probably curing old age. That'd be cool. Advanced artificial creatures would be nice. Is there anything else we want? We could get into the sky mine stuff, where we can sort of build surrogate droids so that we don't risk our actual people. But I mean, we don't really have anyone all that valuable just yet. No offense to any of our wonderful colonists, but they're all kind of garbage. Artificial flooring, Oh, plastic flooring. Well, don't mind if I do. Okay, we've researched advanced artificial creatures, which allows us to create a few more interesting ones. We now have the End Solution unit, which I think gives you kind of a milk stuff, like a... Think of it, I think it looks like an alpaca, and it kind of gives milk. Then we have the phytomining unit, which is... I have no idea. I'll be honest. Let's have a look at what a phytomining unit is. Creates an android colonist, huh? Mobile piece of machinery produces metallic wool. Right. It's the sheep. Okay, it's the sheep. Metallic wool makes for excellent clothing. You can make like pants and t-shirts out of it. It has really good sharp and heat resistance, I think. But it's very... It like hurts biological creatures. It makes them very unhappy because it's chafy. But I don't think it'll affect our androids. It's from the same mod, so it shouldn't be a problem. Also, Arnold's made some masterwork gloves. Huh. How fancy. What does that get them? 103 silver. That is not bad for, I think it's about 10 cloth we put in there. That's actually really good. Okay, jumping forward a bit, we've made quite a bit of progress on our new defensive structures over here. As you can see, we have a wonderful curve coming in. This is not going to be enough just yet. Our turrets are currently stuck in the corners. And actually, in hindsight, I'm thinking maybe I should bring them up to the inner edges so they don't just get punched. But yes, this is kind of roughly the structure. This is going to be filled with slate doors over here, which we can just sort of keep open and close as we need to. In fact, here are the doors we're going to use. But we're going to deal with that in a second, because we have some sleeping thrumbos on the map, 4 of them, that I would very much like to turn into lunch. So, we need to do a quick energy check on everybody. Oh man, I need to stay on top of these things, don't I? And once everybody... You know what? We actually now have a surplus of charges. Everybody go charge there. And on this side, everybody go and charge here. Except Heisen. You go do whatever the hell you want, buddy. But yes, we're going to go ahead and murder us some thrumbos. I think it's time for us to expand our arsenal somewhat when it comes to melee weapons and money. We need more money. Okay, everybody's here. Let's go ahead and take a few pot shots at the closest one. Yeah, I was about to say, it is almost certainly going to want to revenge on us. And yes, with enough concentrated fire, we can put them down before they can even touch us. That is the plan. Overwhelming firepower. Superior firepower doctrine to the win. Okay, to the rescue, rather. Officer C4, and again another resulting victory for the android swarm. Okay, let's pull up slightly further north here and see what kind of trouble we can get into with this one. Go ahead and attack it. JC and Officer C4, you guys just pull back. We've gotten very lucky that they haven't aggroed all at once. That's why you want to attack them while they're sleeping, because they don't actually collaborate that much. Okay, everybody's in one place, and finish off the last one. Great stuff. There we go, and that's a whole lot of meat and goodness for our colonists. Our animals are actually sort of starting to starve a little bit here. They've eaten through the last of the vegetables, and they're now eating all my insect jelly, which is not ideal, to say the least. Hey, all of you, go ahead and drafted hunt. Finish these things off. Now they want to thrumbo revenge. Okay. Well, I mean, that worked out fine for us in the end, didn't it? Oh, we're just killing everything? Well, that's fine too. And a swarm of man-hunting elk has decided to enter the map. This is the first time Phoebe Chillax has actually decided to attack us, which is it's a pretty bizarre choice, to be honest. Anyway, I've pulled everybody over here to deal with this. In fact, actually, let's go ahead and just free them all. We want to make sure they don't head south here. I do need to find ways to kind of cordon off this area a little better. It does sort of get a bit confused, but it's okay. We're going to just kind of continuously bring all these doors in, and that should allow us to close this area off at the very least, which will keep us a little bit safer. Okay, come on in, Toby. Okay, Chappie's on that side, and I think if we just forbid these doors, right? I'm trying to think about this now. We forbid that door. We forbid that door. I don't think they've got any way to get out. Oh, except right here. Yeah, we need to wall that in. Forbid these two. Okay, if I free everyone, what are you gonna do? Okay, here comes some very angry elk to bother us. This is the first time Phoebe Chillax has actually decided to pick a fight with us. We have a bunch of doors kind of forming the basic wall of this. We'll be able to open and close these as raiders come through to try and direct them one way or the other. We're going to actually be building a few sort of secondary backwards bunkers here, sort of like secondary positions we can fall back to if we need to. As you can see, we do actually have a sort of a single point of entry and exit. Well, there's a backup door over here, and we're going to have sort of additional fallout routes back into our base. And I'm just trying to provide as much redundancy as possible to protect us from the outside world. We're also going to want to wall ourselves in a little bit more efficiently than we have done previously, including bulking up our walls all the way around here. All of this stuff can get bulked. I do have a mod that actually makes them slightly smarter about the way they install this stuff, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem there. Does any of this need reinforcing while I'm doing this before we deal with these elk? Not really, although that could probably use a tripling up. Okay, cool. That's I can't really get there without digging it out. Okay, anyway, we now have a bunch of elk slowly making their way through our kill box. All of this is being, as you can see, being deconstructed. It's going to be repositioned for the most part. But right now we are just kind of charging. You guys need to come out here, please. How is your charging status all around? You should be all... Yeah, okay, they're just ticking over a little bit. But I mean, these things can't actually hurt us right now, so it's kind of just a matter of turning down your headphone volume and just dealing with what's coming at us. Well, those sort of took care of themselves fairly quickly. Wasn't too much trouble at all, actually. And now we can go ahead and unlock all of our doors, open up the world again, go and visit our family members, tell them how much we love them, and mostly just kind of get the base back on track. We have quite a few things we need to clean up here, including a surprising amount of gas piping, which I sort of just built and then forgot about. Quite a large amount of gas piping, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and uninstall all of that crap. That didn't really work at all. Okay, unpausing here on the final day. We've had a few new joins. Sorry for the whispering. I'm currently recording this at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Matthew has decided to join us. He's a fairly tough-looking cookie, isn't he? He's got a decent shot, and he can do a bit of crafting. Let's go ahead and give Matthew a weapon. Matthew, you're going to be wielding... Ooh, I'm tempted to give him that bolt-action rifle, but I feel like something with a bit more fire rate would be good. There you go, lever action. You can use that, that's fine. Bioengineering supplier, normally pretty cool, but can't really use them right now. We can use that to breed our own insects, which can be fairly powerful weapons of war, to be honest. But for now, unfortunately, we're just going to have to live without them. We are also fairly close to completion with our kill box. As you can see, it's sort of past the alpha stage. We were able to reuse many of the materials over here. I'll just sort of drop them off elsewhere. I do want to bulk up this wall further, but it's going to obscure the turret's line of fire from that position right there. But that might just be something we have to live with. In the next episode, we're going to work on some kind of sort of kill box tunnel that sort of leads them in towards us. We want them to come out at this point here, at least roughly sort of in this area, so that all of our turrets are able to fire at them simultaneously. But for now, it should be okay. The big limiting factor is we want to make sure that when they leave, they're within the turret's field of fire, which means that most of them sort of need to come out just here. Actually, what's the furthest back? Yeah, right there. That's sort of the furthest point back we can allow. As soon as they step foot out that door, they got to be taking shots at them. That is just the simple truth. Okay, spring has come. Have we had a storyteller change? Let's have a quick look. Not yet. We can wait a little longer though and see if anything comes of it. I think the date officially changes for the storyteller at like 7 p.m. Because we also haven't had... Oh yeah, we also haven't had anybody join us, which is... there it is. I was just a little bit impatient. 6 a.m. That's the one. Okay, so Tanner's joined us. He is a tier 1 android with decent melee skills. Okay, welcome Tanner. Welcome to the party. But we're not going to make you melee. Tanner, I'm just going to run you straight into base and get you equipped. Should we give him a sniper rifle? Sure, why not? Tanner, you're wearing that anti-material rifle now. Yeah, you're over there with the T1s. That's fine. Go ahead and use your battery, bud, before I forget. And now we have Freya Fierce in charge. Okay, what does Freya Fierce do? Let's have a look at her. Oh, haven't we had Freya before? I don't remember specifically. Anyway, she's going to give us a bunch of Viking raids, essentially. And I think she makes people sort of slightly anxious if you don't go out. Yeah, restlessness, there we go. We should be going out and beating down on some people. Well, that's okay. There's actually plenty we have to do around the world. And now that we're a lot more secure in the base, I might just consider doing so. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't, hit that dislike button. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.